radio.
Yes.
I've got the on-off thing. I have that old original.
Mr. Man's good.
I know. I'm gonna wait till Jay on this, and I'll pick it. There we are.
Man, Judge, we're all underdressed there.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening. Welcome. We're back with this week's Chamber Picks. We're downtown in beautiful Uvalde at the Chamber office, right next to the Civic Center and a catty corner at HEB. I'm sure John and MJ and everybody would love you to come on down and say hi. They've redone a new office here. It's really nice, so come on down. Well, I am your host, J. Allen Carnes. I'm here with my partners in crime. And we have our guest picker this week. We have the Honorable Judge William Mitchell.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
We're glad you're here. You've got some shoes to fill in this week.
Buck
was here last
I
week.
tell you what, Buck is not only a big man, but he's an accurate man, too.
Yeah, he was. Well, let's start off real quick with the game. What can I say? I mean, what a game we had Friday night.
Wonderful game. Outstanding game.
I've seen a lot of games on Honey Bowl and seen some good games, but that crowd was electric. I mean, it was packed. You couldn't have asked for a better night.
You could not have written a better script than that.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just sorry I had to miss it. But anyway, I was there in spirit, and I heard how great it was. And my good friend Blaine Bennett will probably never forgive his wife for making him leave to go open the house up, and he missed the end of it.
I definitely channeled my inner goat to lead them on and spur them on there. So
There you go.
I mean, of course there were great tackles and sacks and runs and catches and everything. But the thing I was most impressed with the boys is everything they had going on. They were just locked in and ready to play. I mean, they could have made all the excuses in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, they were up at 6 o'clock with Good
lot-
Morning America. And
lot
stuff.
of distractions.
They just shut it all off and they were ready to play. It's
yeah,
amazing.
like I told you, like last week, that's the textbook trap game. Because you had the parade on Saturday, but you got Good Morning America and the Texans coming in and all that, and they showed the grit to get it done, and that's what matters, man.
It was amazing. With that, we've got a few highlights from the game. You want to pop those up?
Play clock is down to 8.
Uh-oh. There's a 1-4 on Bro Namath over there.
2 slots left, one slot right. Man in motion. The handoff is going to Jarrett, or take that, Jonathan Jimenez.
Whoa.
Hey,
Yeah.
What was that?
He's got room to run.
Watch this block.
I heard the commentators say, what?
He gets a little gas right there.
How do you get out of that?
Oh.
Jonathan, right?
That's Jonathan Jimenez. Yeah, he is fast.
Yeah.
He ran out of
I
gas.
guarantee you
Yeah.
right there.
Little cutback, man.
It's all right, though. got it to this point.
17
That's
seconds
An
remaining.
80-yard, 50-yard run.
Man,
Boom.
Devin.
Boom.
Beautiful.
One-handed.
Great pass, great catch.
But that was a
the-
great
was that the
pass,
winning
too.
touchdown?
No doubt about it. That was a great pass.
Go ahead, man.
Holy guacamole. I see the great man Zini in there, don't I?
Yeah. There's probably Cody Smith in there too, and I'm sure Jay Allen's right there too.
It definitely it aged the parents a couple years.
No, I heard that the 72 guys they were eating it up.
Yeah, they were.
I mean,
Yeah.
y'all know Buck, and he's got a different level.
He can
to
dial it
switch
up.
to on
He
it.
can.
And he will, and so he was intense. He was getting those cheerleaders up. He was yelling at the Texans cheerleaders, like, "Hey, let's go!" Like, it was awesome.
Well, if you've had a chance to meet our head football coach, this is his second year here. He's kind of the same way. He's got another level too, and he can get fired up and get going. He's kind of a little bit old school. He'll get on you, but he can also, man, he's right there. And I mean, you saw him jumping up and down.
Oh, he was high off the ground.
Well,
Awesome.
yeah, it's hard to follow that up, but I'm sure our Coyotes will this week. First off, we're live this week, both on YouTube and on Facebook. We had that question a couple times last week, so if you're not watching on one of those formats, there's no more excuses.
Yep.
You're lost.
We want to thank again, of course, LMG Productions for hosting us and bringing this to y'all. We obviously could not do this without y'all, and we really appreciate it, guys. Also, as we did last week, we're following along the picks that are in the paper. So your scores can be kept up with ours. I was informed that our picks and our score will actually be in the paper tomorrow. So we can do a little rundown here. Of course, to my left, Tansanucci was 12-0 last week, first, and kind of the rest of us kind of followed him a little bit. As soon as we threw that bet down, you got serious.
Yeah.
Didn't you? If I told you had to wear burnt orange, you were all about it.
I ain't gonna win. I'm not wearing burnt orange.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, Mr. Nucci did have a kind of a follow up to that, and he was game with the loser of him and I supporting the other's alma mater's colors. But he also wanted to throw down that the winner had got to have their fights on plate, either Aggie Warham or the Eyes of Texas.
There you go.
And he wanted everybody to sing.
Well,
I think that's a great idea.
Well, that was a personal text between you and I. I was trying to lessen the blow for both of us.
I think it's a great idea. A little.
And I can sing Fight Raiders Fight.
Yeah,
There you go. But you're going to have to come up with your own.
Yeah, your own something, and we'll see Fight Raiders fight.
Okay.
But so anyway, so he got a little serious, and he's 12-0. So he's got some follow up this week to happen. Also, we want to thank Uvalde Radio Net. They are now the official broadcast station of our Coyotes, coming to you each and every week. They will be down in Poteet bringing you the game if you cannot be there this week. It's a short road down to Poteet. We hope you can make it, but if you can't, Uvalde Radio Net will have live play-by-play action. We also have Coach Miller's podcast that's on every week. It played last night, I think, but will be up multiple times during the week. So please check that out. It's brought to you by LSG Podcast, and it'll be out at uvalde.org. So with that being said, y'all want to get to this week? All right. Well, we'll start out on the professional side of the games this week, and we'll work our way back to the high school games. First game is Indianapolis Colts at the Houston Texans. Well, we start down to my left, to Mr. Edwards. What do you think about this game?
Yes, I'd like to go with the Texans here, but I'm going to go with Indianapolis. So I think the Texans are going to have to show me a little something before I start picking them a lot.
No, absolutely. Texans, deeply appreciate everything they're doing for the community. and for the boys, and the boys are gonna be there. Actually, they're gonna bus them up there, which is awesome. But you don't have a quarterback, and Indianapolis does. So I got to go with the Colts.
True. I'm going to follow up with Chance on that one, too. I think it's going to be a long season for Houston. Nothing against them. Again, I want to reiterate what he was saying. Thanks for what they're doing for the community. But I think the Colts are Super Bowl favorites. They're favored. They're one of the favorites. So with that being said, I think they're going to run with this one.
I tend to agree. Indianapolis is probably going to control this game, but I know we've said it twice already, but what they're doing in this community has just been fantastic.
Yeah, it was great to see Roland's picture on the front page of the paper. Yes. You know, what a good man he is.
I mean, they've really stepped up, not just for the football team, but they held a clinic here last Friday. They are furnishing some tickets for the football team to go watch on Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you just can't say enough about that organization. If that was the contest between leadership up high, the Texans would win it going away. But I'm the same way. No quarterback, Indianapolis.
I'm going to go with Houston. Houston has been doing great, starting off the season, and Houston and Indianapolis. Houston will take it. I'm looking at it.
I'm going Indianapolis. They got a better quarterback, and just the roster top to bottom is so much better. It's going to be a long season for the Texans, but again, everything they're doing for the community is just awesome.
Roland, I love you. You know I do. And we appreciate the Texans. Everybody says so. And, their heart is huge. But Indianapolis will take this one.
Well, I have to go along with that as well because the Colts is Ben's team, right?
Yeah, of course.
But the Colts will win this one.
All right. Our next pro game, we've got the Cleveland Browns at the Carolina Panthers. Mr. Edwards, you want to lead us off again?
I'm going to have to go with Carolina in this game, and I really don't know why. I don't know much about either one of them, but I know Cleveland hadn't been good for a long time, and I'm going with Carolina.
Yeah, I know a couple masseuses in Houston that would tell me that I'm going to end it there. Just kidding. With that quarterback stuff going on in Cleveland, even though Baker Mayfield's the quarterback for Carolina, which is scary in and of itself, I got to go with Carolina. I think even though Myles Garrett is going to keep it close by himself on the defensive line for the Browns, the old Aggie, but it's going to be Carolina.
I'm going to go with the Browns on this one. I think it's going to be a close game. I anticipate like a defensive affair. Myles Garrett's just going to run rampant, I think. But I don't know. I just got a feeling that Baker's going to try a little too hard. It's going to end up backfiring on him towards the end of the game. Browns.
Oh.
I don't know.
It's happened before.
A little different a pick there. I'm going to go Carolina. Cleveland's missing their star quarterback from Houston, so Carolina.
Carolina and Cleveland, I'm going to say Carolina is looking good, so let's hope for the best.
This game's personal for Baker Mayfield, the way Cleveland did him on, basically kicked him to the curb and brought in Deshaun Watson, who isn't going to play till the end, towards the end of the season this year. So, Baker's going to try super hard. It could go really good or it could go really bad. But it's going to be a super close game, but I'm going to take Carolina.
Well, not including the Red Raider Baker Mayfield story, I will have to go with Carolina.
Pick Carolina.
All right. Our next game we have this week is the New England Patriots at the Miami Hurricane. I'm wanting to jump ahead of college.
Big fish.
Miami Dolphins. I know. Actually, it is. You're right. That is the Aggie game next week. So Miami's a 3.5-point favorite in this game. I'll start down here with you, Judge.
All right. I'll go, and I'll say I'm going to go with Miami simply because I've lost a lot of confidence in New England. I think that they have some setbacks over the last couple of years, and I'm just think that Miami might be primed for a good season.
I'll go with Miami, just home game, because 2.5 points, meh, that doesn't make much sense. But, home game, let's go with Miami.
If memory serves, New England, even in, during this 20-year run where they've had, winning seasons, they always seem to have trouble in Miami for whatever reason when they go down to Florida. And now that England's kind of regressed and Miami's got some more players, it's Miami.
Good deal. Looking at the stats on New England and Miami, I want to go with Miami.
Yeah, I think the argument that was out there, Brady Belichick, has been that's been solved. I think it's Brady was the integral piece of that. New England may struggle to make the playoffs this year. Yeah, Miami will win this game.
I got to go with the Dolphins on this one also. Just the fact they beat them twice last year. Ever since Brady left, it's, kind of hit and miss with the Patriots. So, yeah, going to go with the Dolphins on this one.
No, for sure. Dolphins. I got a buddy, Jesse Rodriguez at the bank, and he's big. He's from Miami, or from Florida, and he's big Dolphins guy. And we've been talking about Tua. You got Waddle, and you got all these guys that are just ridiculous speed-wise. And then Tyreek Hill. Yeah. And so congratulations, Mac Jones. You're terrible. So, Dolphins all the way.
So I had Miami circled, and then I remember two things. Tom Brady is no longer at New England. It came to me.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And my daughter-in-law has a bunch of Boston family, and they're big Patriot fans. So I'm going to go with New England in this game. So there you have it. Could be a home run. Could be a pop out.
All right.
Can of corn.
Here's the big pro game of the week. Judge, we'll start down here also with you. We got Tampa Bay at Dallas this week. Tampa Bay's a 2.5-point favorite. It's at Dallas.
Oh, has it jumped to 2.5? It was 1.5.
2.5 is what I saw today.
Okay,
so,
all right.
Maybe a little revenge from last year. What do we think about the Cowboys this week?
At some point, Tom Brady is going to start losing his edge. But it's not going to be this Sunday night. And as much as I hate to say it, I know. But everything on paper says to go with Tampa Bay. I mean, you've got a rookie starting at left tackle. You've got a defense that's going up against Tom Brady, and I mean, come on, it's your best. You got to be your best to beat Tom Brady on defense. So I'm going to go with Tampa Bay.
Not a Dallas fan. I'm going with Tampa.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a revenge game. Cowboys opened up with Tampa last year, except it was at Tampa.
Yes, sir.
This game could go either way. I'm going to pick the Cowboys, but whatever they do not give the ball back to Tom Brady with any time left on the clock to try to come back. That's key.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, the Dallas Cowboys, they seem to start real good in the preseason. And I want to say Tampa Bay will take it.
Yeah, this is a tough one. It's going to be close, and I agree with you, Mr. Troy. Just don't give Tom Brady the ball at the end.
Whatever you do.
Unfortunately, I think he's going to get it at the end. I'll go with Tampa Bay also.
What am I going to pick? No. I think it's going to be a high-scoring contest. It'll be a close contest. Like Mr. Tafoya said, it's going to be whoever has the ball last. Hopefully it's not the Bucks. I think this is the year that we're going to see that regression, Judge. I say it every year.
It's going to happen.
He proves you wrong.
He proves me wrong.
Father Time is undefeated.
Exactly, yes, sir. So I think this is the year, and it's going to happen on a Tom Brady turnover.
Oh.
That's what I think. So, go Cowboys.
Mark that one down.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, one woman that's very near and dear to my heart, Miss Barbara Nuzzi, is a huge Tom Brady fan, and I have been that way myself here lately because you just cannot help but do so. I mean, that man, he just keeps coming. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yes, sir.
So, go to quarterback factors. You got Tom Brady on one hand, you got Dak Prescott on the other, and who I trust more, it's got to be Tom Brady. I'm sorry. Let's go, Meemaw.
So I'm thinking about Nano's brother, Gabe, and his line always was, "I love the Cowboys, and if loving the Cowboys is wrong, I don't want to be right." So I've always been a Dallas fan ever since I was runner-up in the first ever punt, pass, and kick contest held at Horner's Ford. Ira Sampson beat me out. And,
wow.
Yeah. So I'm going with Dallas in this game.
All right. Well, that's our NFL slate this week.
Most popular guy in Uvalde right now.
Yeah.
We'll move on to some of our college games. And Mr. Volz will say a huge shout out for picking our college games here. You really put us out on a limb.
Yeah,
really.
So our first college game, and we'll start back down here, Mr. Edwards, is University of Alabama Birmingham, UAB at Liberty. I think UAB is a slight favorite in this game, but it's
Slight
that's a tough one.
favor, yeah. Yep.
I'm going to go with Liberty just because.
Because you like the word, right?
Alabama, Birmingham. You know, come on. Yeah, freedom, liberty.
Well, I do know that Liberty's got Hugh Freeze, old Ole Miss coach, but I also know that their quarterback broke their hand last week.
Oh, wow.
So, on top of that,
why wouldn't you tell me that earlier? We want to back up one. You want to change your pick there?
just saying.
Are they still
It's
listed?
inside information. It's like
internet is
insider
for everybody.
trading, man.
The
Isn't that against the law?
Are they
They had
still
no idea he
listed
broke
as
his hand.
25th? Have they still chose or 25th
I don't know, but I
in
know
college picks?
the spread is UAB 6.5.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm just saying.
Because of the
Don't
quarterback
change your
breaking
picks
his
now,
hand?
though.
No, I'm not changing my
The
pick.
internet is free and for everybody.
Do we have any whiteout over there so I can change my
I think somebody needs to check with Mr. Chad Story next week and see what Chance is doing back on Wednesday.
Leave it out.
Oh, Wendy's not this
Doing my job. I'm representing First State Bank. That's why we've got all these beautiful pads and stuff.
So could we say that's UAB for you?
Yes.
Okay. UAB.
UAB.
Mr. Lemonis.
Long story short. Yeah, I had picked UAB before Mr. Newtsy gave us that revelation. They're both undefeated. I just
Is that here?
feel they're going to win. Not familiar with either team. I just noticed that the Blazers, UAB scored 59 points their last game. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Blazers. Yeah.
UAB also.
I tell you what, I'm going to go with Mr. Edwards. I'm going to go with Liberty.
There you go, John.
Just because Mr. Edwards has a good
Freedom, liberty.
Liberty?
So
Freedom,
let's go
just
Liberty.
another word for nothing less to lose.
We'll see next week. Huh?
I'm going to go with UAB. I think they're supposed to be UTSA's main competition in their division of their conference. So I'm figuring they're pretty tough. Going to take UAB.
Well, they're both 1-0. That they're both undefeated. 1-0. I'm going to go with Liberty just because it's the home team. Playing in Lynchburg.
Go Liberty.
Not only do they play in Lynchburg, Virginia, but they play in Williams Stadium in Lynchburg.
Oh, there you go.
See?
There you go.
I bet you didn't know that. Did you?
I did read that, but I didn't.
It didn't stick?
Didn't stick.
Okay. I didn't know what Chance told us whenever I circled my. So,
Coach's mother just died.
but I've already circled, so I want to stick with Liberty.
There you go. Loyalty.
Exactly. There we
Way
go.
to go, Judge.
Our next college game is the Kentucky Wildcats at the Florida Gators. Florida Gators are a 6.5 point favorite in this game. Mr. Edwards.
Yeah, the Gators at home. I'm gonna have to go with Florida there.
The swamp.
If it's a basketball game, who knows?
Oh yeah. No, well, I had to consult with my dear cousin Jody Epp and his son Cooper Ryan, and he told me to go with the Gators. So we're gonna go with the Gators for Coop.
Yeah, I'm going to also go with Florida on this one. If it was basketball, it'd be Kentucky, but yeah, Florida. Their running back is out. I think he's serving suspension. I studied a little bit, so yeah. So I think the Gators are going to take this one. So.
Well, Utah did have quite a few rushing yards last week,
Yeah,
and
they
Kentucky's going to come in
they
and run the
beat
ball.
them,
That's
yeah.
something they can do.
Yeah.
They can run the ball and be physical.
Beat number 7.
But
Yeah.
playing in the swamp's too tough. Florida.
I'm going to go with Florida also, just because looking at the panel here, they're looking at Florida. I'm going to go with Florida.
We're smart people.
Wise answer. Wise answer.
Brilliant, right?
I guess
leading
I'm
the
not very
blind.
smart, I guess, because I'm going to take Kentucky.
All right.
You know, I think this is
All right.
this has letdown written all over.
It's
it.
going to be closer than 6.5.
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
It's going to be close.
You know, the game with Utah. I mean, they left it all out on the field. I just feel that there's going to be a letdown this week. Kentucky's a good team.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go with the Gators at home in the swamp. It's just the swamp. I mean, that's the
That's all of Florida.
Yeah.
That's the hottest place.
Go
man.
Gators.
I watched Brian Dishman play golf down there one year, and 10 o'clock in the morning, I was drenched.
Yeah, at 5 o'clock and walk outside.
Oh, yeah. That's the only place I've sweat while I was taking a shower.
Yeah.
Seriously. I was worse off coming out than I was going in.
Yeah.
It's going to be very, very warm in southern Florida, and also those people from Kentucky know how cold it gets. Florida.
Those mountains.
All right. Our next game on the college slate is the Oregon State Beavers at the Fresno Bulldogs. This is it's at Fresno, but it's a even game, pick-em game. There is not a favorite going to this game. Judge, you wanna make a forecast here?
I'll take that one on for you. The fact that it's an even game, and the fact that they're playing in Fresno, go with Fresno.
I found out that Fresno leads that series 8-5, but I really think the Beavers are going to take it. Oregon.
I'm going to take Oregon State. They beat Boise State pretty handily last week, I think by 17 points. I think that counts for something. Fresno played Cal Poly or something like that. So
Exactly right.
Oregon State.
Haven't had a chance.
I'm going to have to go with Fresno. Judge, I'm going to go with you.
There you go.
And,
All right, John.
my good friend Jan. See how we do next week.
I've gone back and forth, and unlike you, Judge, that we're very loyal to your pick. I can use some white out here. I was leaning Fresno, but I think Oregon State's gonna pull this one out.
All right. Between this one, it was a toss-up looking at it, and it's going to be a close game, but I think the home team should prevail, Fresno State.
See, I mean, last week they beat Boise, but it wasn't on the Smurf turf. It was at home, but now they're on the road. They only scored 17 on the Beavers, and then Cal Poly scored 7 on the Bulldogs. I mean, that's packed, whatever it is now, 10, 12, 14, 16. And,
Pack pie.
yeah, pack pie.
Pac-Man.
Yeah. Knick-knack, paddywhack. Got to go with Oregon State.
Give the Bulldogs a vote.
Yes.
I'm going to go with the home team here. Give me Fresno State.
Well, we're divided on this one. Yeah.
Frankly, I don't really care.
Frankly,
Yeah,
my
who
dear.
cares? Gotcha.
Fresno.
Yeah, I don't know what time the kick is. It's probably one of those late games.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be asleep by
Yeah.
then. I won't be watching the game.
Find
I
out the
promise
next
you.
day.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
West Coast, man. It's, nap time.
Our next game, which I hope is closer than the spread, we have the Alabama, number 1 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide coming into Austin. Alabama's about a 3-touchdown favorite right now.
Yeah.
Judge, let's start down there again.
You don't want to start over there?
We can start over here.
We'll take it on down here, and I have a real good reason for taking the pick that I'm picking. A lot of y'all know Alvis Rummel. Used to be a
Oh, yeah.
school teacher here in
My
Uvalde.
favorite teacher of all time.
Was he you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell him that you
Everybody
said
loves him.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he's listening right now.
He might be. If not, he needs to.
If he's
Well, he
not
was my
taking
college
pictures of a
roommate.
bird.
He was one of my college roommates. So,
Oh, wow. That's
and
great.
I don't know why he has this attraction to Alabama, the Crimson Tide. but he is a big Crimson Tide fan. And I'm sorry, folks, the Longhorns are a year away from getting where they want to be. So I'm going to go for Mr. Rummel.
There you go.
Chance's favorite teacher.
There you go.
I'm going to pick the Alabama, what do they call it? Crimson Tide.
Crimson Tide. I think you're being generous on 1 year away, though. But anyway, we'll get there.
Well, you would say.
Alabama, 21st century dynasty with Saban. I mean, you can't, there's no way. They have the discipline. They make fewer mistakes. Alabama.
I hate to agree, but I mean, I want to take Texas so bad. I just, I don't see them coming out on top in this game. So taking Alabama.
We'd all love for Texas to win, but
Boy, 3 Alabamas already. Uh-oh. I want to go with Texas. Texas is gonna surprise them. I think they will.
There you go.
It happened last year in this season. About the same spread. I think it was. I think it was close to 3 touchdowns. But made a little flash here. Maybe that is some premonition.
No, you were talking mess about the Aggies, and God struck you down.
Well, Texas probably has better skill players than A&M had last year. All-American running back, very talented quarterback, but very green. My wife's going to kill me. Her best friend's going to kill me, but I can't pick Texas in this game. I'd love to see them win. It's going to be closer than 21, I think, but Alabama will probably roll Tide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to hold suit also, I think, well, except for Mr. Cano. I think Bama's going to win it. I would love nothing more to see them lose just because.
Well, I hope I have one loss next week.
Yeah.
I am praying I have one loss.
Yeah, I mean, they're always there at the top no matter what. It's like they're like the Patriots of college football, so I would just love to see them lose. But with that being said, it's just I hope it's a lot closer than the spread says, but I think Bama's going to run on them.
I was just going to say Bama. So, like, you got it. Sorry.
Alabama.
No, but all right is not going to be all right in Austin, Texas, because my Longhorns are going to get their horns sawn off from McConaughey's voice.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the stone cold lock of the week. You can go ahead and parlay the 20. Bet the over, bet Alabama, and then go ahead and take A&M 19.5, which is less than Alabama, Texas against Appalachian State. So go ahead and parlay those two, and let's roll. Roll Tide, roll. Alabama.
And bring your winnings to First State Bank.
We'll get you an account set up.
We'll get you an account set up and everything. I'm gonna pick Texas just because,
You got that right, Mr. Edwards.
Yeah, I'm with John on this one, man. So
y'all got a little collusion going on here.
it's I've been a UT fan all my life. I got carried. I had a victory apple with the Horns and Darrell Royal when I was about 10 years old. So I'm sticking with those Longhorns here. There you have it.
Yeah. Well, thank you, and I hope
loyal
you're right.
And true.
I never thought I'd pick against my alma mater, but man, it's just number one coming into town, and that's going to be a long night or a long afternoon.
And then you got UTSA coming the next week.
Well, we'll save that.
I'm
for
just
next
saying,
week.
no pie in the sky.
I think we learned Saturday that Appalachian State, they're going to score some points this week.
Okay,
they know how to do that.
Yeah, they also played Matt Brown and UNC, so easy.
Well, we'll see.
Not a defense, not an offense.
No, but that team. You ask Michigan, ask some teams in the past. That team can play.
Past is past.
No,
Present's present.
We'll see. Maybe we'll be talking about different things.
Yeah.
Maybe the Horns will rise up.
There was 0 points scored on the Aggies last week.
Okay, guys. Okay.
Easy, guys.
This is okay.
I think one person separating y'all is not enough.
Let's
we
go.
need to go. You might have to call yours in next week.
I've done worse.
Well, last week I did mess up a little bit. Our one other college game I threw out there, I actually looked at the 2021 schedule instead of 2022. So TOU and Trinity did not play last week. They are playing next week.
They're playing next week.
So that pick is still out there, but I do have one for you this week. This week we have the Angelo State Rams traveling up to Colorado to play the Colorado School of Mines. And so we've got two Uvalde boys. And actually, one of them has graduated. Hadn't you graduated out?
Yeah, Corbin was there 5 years. I think his redshirt year was maybe 2014 or 2015.
I know he was close. He's
been out a couple of years.
Yeah. Well, we have Corbin Cargill's alma mater playing Mr. Parker Havies. He's a freshman this year up at Angelo State, and so is redshirted right now, but that is his team playing on the road. So we're going to have an Angelo State versus Colorado School of Mines. Judge, who do you think's going to win this game?
Playing in Colorado.
It's not cold yet there.
No.
I mean, if that helps you.
Thank you for the weather report.
I'm just telling you.
Might be some fires around. Who knows?
Might be some heavy smoke floating around because of it. Go with the Mines.
No. I'm going with Angelo State. Go Parker, team, whatever. They're also in the tech system, so Angelo State.
Yeah, we love Parker, and his parents have been so good to me and Sarah, but there's no way that I'm not going to take School of Mines. Steve will kill me.
Yeah, you'd be in a lot of trouble there.
Yeah. Go Mines or Diggers.
Let's go with San Angelo State.
Mr. Havey spends as in Parker's father, spends a lot of time right now up at the concession stand at the Honey Bowl, and so even if I didn't think Angelo State was going to win this game, I think I'd have to pick Angelo State. But Angelo State's got a good football team.
They do.
They have a really good football team this year. So Angelo State.
I'm familiar with either team, so I'm just gonna go with the Mayans. Like the team name. Go Mayans.
Good deal. I mean, I'm all with Joe Tom. I literally thought you said School of Mines. So, and that reminded me when I was playing music in Austin. My greatest gig was at the Austin School for the Deaf. They loved it. It was awesome. It's just the greatest show I ever put on. So I think that Joe Tom and his boy and the Rams are going to beat the Mines.
Oh, man, that's pretty hard to follow that one. I'm going to go with Angelo State.
There you go.
Lynn Leonard, I believe, our quarterback that won us the state championship in large part, went on to set a lot of records up there at Angelo State. And anyway, my good friend Jack Cowan got up there and never left, so I'm going with Angelo State here.
Well, we have two good Uvalde boys who are rooting on alma mater and their team, so congratulations to both of them. That'll be a good game this week. Now we'll get to our high school games. Our first high school game includes one of our district opponents, Bernie, 2-0. They are, according to Dave Campbell's, which I still don't. I think they use some kind of algorithm and come up with these lines because they don't make a lot of sense. But they are a 9-point favorite, 2-0, at the Antonian Apaches, which are also 2-0. Let's see. Where did I start last time? I don't even remember.
You
started
down there.
We'll come down here.
Late to the game.
Yeah, the whole School of Mines got me thrown off here. I can't remember what's going on.
I'm going with Bernie. Antonian's 2-0, but I'm still not a believer yet. So give me Bernie.
Mama Jan, it stuck with me. Number 6, Bernie. You got to go. Bernie Greyhounds, man.
I forgot that we're number 6. Crap.
Family shows.
Sorry about that. I'm gonna go with Antonian on this one. I forgot Bernie was ranked number 6, but I just feel they're gonna take it. They're at home, and I picked against them that first week we had this show, so I think they're gonna redeem me for this. So yeah, Antonian.
I'll go with Bernie. They're awful tough this year. Bernie.
I'm going to go ahead and go with an Antonian like Mr. Limones there. And I don't know why, but
upset.
It looks good.
Yeah, upset.
Yep, Bernie, just too tough, I think.
Yeah, go with the Greyhounds.
Never thought I'd say I want Bernie to win.
I know. We're all there.
Bernie.
If they're on our sheet every week, I think I will pick them 9 times. There will be one time I do not pick them to win, but Bernie's pretty tough.
Yeah, week 1 we had Tybee and Maida Valley. That
Oh,
was
yeah. There you go.
That was
Our
Medina
next high school
Valley
game of
again.
the week, we have the Jordanton Indians at 2-0 at the Pleasanton Eagles 0-2. Pleasanton is favored by 18 points.
Good
How do you
grief.
figure
What?
that?
According to Dave Campbell's today, 18-point favorite. They do have a pretty good quarterback at Pleasanton, but they've started off a little rough. Bernie beat them last week. I think it was 41-7.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I'm looking there. So you want me to start this one? That's a pretty good little rivalry there. They're only about a driver and a wedge apart. I'm gonna take Jordanton here.
Yeah, this is one of the games that you could flip a coin because I really have no clue. I mean, when you look at FBS and FCS and that, you can kind of figure that out. But, man, it's just I got to go with Jordanton just because they're scoring points. And Pleasanton, they really hadn't. They've got 12 week 1 and 7 week 2. And then you're on the other side, you got 48 and 35. I mean, they're moving the ball. So at least, they're going to be a away team, but let's Jordanton.
Away, driver and
Don't blink.
Yeah, just their scoring, like Chance mentioned right now. I think that the Jordanton Native Americans should take this one. Take this one. I think it's gonna get ugly for the Eagles.
Well, you didn't see me play golf. That's about 6 drivers, 8 5-irons, 14 wedges. And I might be outside the city limits of Jordanton there before.
A couple holes in your pocket.
It is a rivalry. They both have good quarterbacks. Pleasanton played 2 really tough opponents. Bernie's got a great defense this year. I think Pleasanton's actually going to sneak up and win this one. Pleasanton Eagles.
Get you one.
I'm going to go with Jordanton. Jordanton, 2-0. And besides, we'll see. 2-0.
I had a tough time picking this one. In fact, I don't have one team circled here. But
I've got a pen.
He's got a really good pen.
He's got the best pen here. But when I first looked at this, I saw the 18 points, Dave Campbell, but I took a peek at the Padilla poll, and I think it actually was a lot closer, or maybe even had Jordanton a few points. I mean, go figure. But all that said, when I looked at this, my gut told me Jordanton, so I'm going to go with my gut.
Yeah, what I read was that Jordanton would take it, so I'm going with Jordanton.
The Padilla poll had Jordanton. And Padilla drove the coaches down here last weekend for the 72.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was a chauffeur for him. So
because
of that,
there you
and
go.
because I think Jordanton, we scrimmaged Jordanton, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
First scrimmage.
Right.
First scrimmage of the year.
So I'm going to go with Jordanton. American natives.
Commanders.
All right.
Commanders.
We have 2 more high school games to go. The next one is the Southwest Legacy Titans at the Medina Valley Panthers. Both teams are 0-2. Southwest Legacy is favored by 3 in this game. If you're not familiar with Southwest Legacy, they're new. They've been around for 5 or 6, 7 years, but they're a new school district in the Southwest district down south, San Antonio. Brand new campus, really pretty campus, but it's kind of out in the middle of farmland, set by itself over there. So, what say you, Judge?
Neither one of them. I don't like either one of them.
Is this a who cares?
But if we have to pick one of them, somebody circle Medina Valley on my paper, so I'm going to go with that.
I'm going to go with Medina Valley also. Just history.
Listen, I'm going to go with my gut again and go Legacy.
Well, I'm gonna go with Medina Valley. Looks good. Both there are 0-2, so.
I'm going to go against your gut, Mr. Tapoya, and I'm going to go Medina Valley also.
Oh yeah, Medina Valley all the way. I think them being at home is going to help them secure their first win of the season.
Yeah. I played at Medina Valley, and that's a tough one too.
It is tough.
It's not Hondo tough, but it's tough.
It is.
And Legacy lost 31 Letterman last year, and that's tough. I mean, this is a district game too, so it's fever pitch, man. So, but I'm gonna go with the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Medina Valley at home. I don't see them going 0-3 to start the year. I don't care how bad they are.
Yeah, true.
All right. Well, that takes us to our game of the week this week. In this one, I can't figure out their math on this, but anyway, then make the road down there. Game's at 7 o'clock Friday night. Judge, we'll start with you.
Did I ever tell you that Dave Campbell is old?
Yeah.
You know,
He's been around since we were kids, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Is he still on? Is this a hologram?
I think he's passed.
I think he is too.
Really?
I think so.
Well, there you
It's
go.
just-
His magazine is
It's just
old.
a magazine.
That's why that math seems a little strange.
It's the old man.
Better than a macro.
The old
Matt from
man.
beyond.
There's Nordale.
the press box at the Honey Bowl last Friday night, was rocking because of what was going on the field. I mean, it was a super, super game by our outstanding Coyotes. I cannot be more proud of what those guys did, all of them. And it was truly a team effort. I mean, we saw guys that you think, oh, he's not talented or whatever, but they all came through. Every one of them came through, offensively and defensively. I mean, when you take a bad snap from center and you get a 29-yard punt out of it, you're not just lucky, you're good. Okay? So the Coyotes are impressive. I like them. And there's no way that Dave Campbell or anybody else should be picking the Poteet Aggies, over the Uvalde Coyotes. Go Coyotes.
Absolutely, Coyotes all the way. Y'all have proven you have the heart to do this, so go Coyotes.
Yeah, what heart? In years past, when we've done this show, we talked about homecoming week being, all these distractions and the guys got to stay focused and all this. And, we touched on it earlier, but everything that they had to endure during the week, all the extra hoopla and things going on, they still came out and performed and made so many people happy and proud, not only in Uvalde, but all over the country, maybe even the world. So go Coyotes.
Since Friday's game, like Judge Mitchell said, these players put their hearts into it. So go Coyotes.
I probably watched the end of the game highlights of that game probably
1,000 times.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But just in case this side of the table doesn't have their pick yet, why don't we pop those highlights up one more time? Let's see them one more time.
That was a game right
A
there.
little narration here, Jay Allen.
All right, yeah, we've got a empty set here with a little motion. Hand off to number 1, Jonathan Jimenez, over on the left side. Breaks one tackle. Confuses a bunch of guys here. They don't know what they're tackling. There goes our quarterback. He gets in the way of a couple guys here. We're down the sideline. Oh, it just runs out of gas right at the end. But he's got the Coyotes in prime position now to win this game.
That was a great play.
Oh, it was all ad lib. That kid just.
Yeah.
He said he was playing for the 21, and he really was there.
Instinct.
Then we've got a pass here by the quarterback and a one-handed grab by Devin Franklin.
That was awesome.
Devin made a spectacular catch on this, but if you know Coach Miller at all, if he would have dropped that ball, I would have feared for that boy's life. Whoa! I could not. After the game, I walked up to him. I said, "What were you thinking in one hand?" And he said, "I just knew it was right there. I just had it right there.
That's
Just stuck
great.
one up, and it was perfect."
That's great.
I think quarterback Brody Carnes probably threw a pretty good ball.
It was a
on there,
perfect
too.
throw
Yeah,
by Marcus.
it
I know Dan didn't want to say
You're
that,
not
but
giving
I
him
will
enough
say
credit.
that.
You couldn't have drawn up a better evening.
No.
That's great.
They say that out route's one of the hardest passes to throw, man. I mean, it looks
He
simple,
had the
but
right
it's-
touch on it.
yeah.
He really did. He
Beautiful.
really did, and proud of it. And so yeah, Coyotes all the way. We'll go 3-0 this week, and be ready for Crystal City next week.
Oh, wow.
My turn.
Coyotes,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, my turn. Sorry.
Sorry, I got you
No,
thrown
no,
off.
you're
with
good,
more
man. No, no,
highlights.
you're-
Can you see the highlights one more
Yeah, let's
time?
watch it.
I'm
No,
fine
no,
with
no.
watching it again.
Watch it again. Cue it up, man. Coyotes all the way. I mean, it's going to be another tough. It's going to be a great road test for us. Another tough opponent, but watching the game, not just this last game, but the first game, it's like these boys understand the assignment. You know what I mean? They're playing inspired, and they're just not going to throw in the towel no matter what. They're not going to quit. They're not going to stop. Coyotes win 3-0.
Right on, man. Yeah, and like Mama Jen was saying, heart, but grit. Man, that was gritty. Like they shouldn't have won that game, and they pulled it out. And that's what it takes. And it's exactly what this community needs.
Yes.
And I mean, just scripted, perfect. This week, I think we've got I know we're playing the Aggies, but yeah, no, I know I'm going to gladly go against the Aggies for sure. And I've been talking to Bro Chacho and Carnes and Caden Smith, and man, you get Jaden Gonzalez on the outside motion, because I think they run a lot of man. So man, and then Jarrett Hernandez, get him, man. Y'all get a little quick no count. Silent count, boom, goose them and go, and I think it's gonna be good, man. I think it's gonna be Coyotes. It's Katie bar the door.
So, yeah, I just want to thank the Coyotes for those 2 wins, the first 2 games, have done more for this community
Exactly.
than the
Amen.
millions and millions of dollars and murals, which are, don't get me wrong, that's all great.
I agree with you,
But
though.
those Coyotes, those boys doing that, man, it's making the hair stand up on my arm. So
Yeah.
thank you, and good luck this week. Do it again. Go Coyotes.
Let's go.
Way to go.
Yeah, it was an amazing game, and I got a good feeling we'll be talking about another amazing one next week. So, any last words by anybody this week?
Uvalde strong.
Bring
Yeah.
home the win.
Uvalde
So
strong,
yeah, we are down in Poteet. So please catch us on UvaldeRadio.net if you can't make the drive down there.
And you'll be hearing this, so future chance.
This will be popping up on the
Get
way
home
on the
and
Facebook
change
page.
your kids' diapers.
So, Judge,
Go
if
to
you
sleep,
thought
Jack
about,
Report.
I know you probably still announce, here come the Coyotes at the start of the game.
Yes.
How about throw Uvalde Strong in there?
Okay.
Uvalde Strong, here come the Coyotes.
We can do that.
All right. I
Good
think that'd be
idea.
good.
Good
Great
recommendation.
idea.
It'll be done.
That'd be cool.
Consider it done.
Also, please tune in and find Coach's Show that's sponsored by LSG Podcast that the Chamber sponsors. Anyway, that'll be up a couple times this week. So with that said, let's sing our way out. You want to? Mr. Edwards?
We'll always be loyal and true all through our school days, and when we are through, Uvalde High, 3 cheers for you, rah, rah, rah. We pledge our hearts and ourselves to you.
Go, Uvalde.
Good night. We'll see you next week.
Go, Yotes.
Sorry, when you get
Franklin with the reception, led perfectly by Brody Carnes for the touchdown.
Was that one-handed?
He knows what he did. It was unbelievable. Look at the crowd all on their feet here.